You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu. Polow and Tell, is that you?
Mic check. Mic check waifu. Happy birthday, Tell. Is that you?
I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. You really caught me slipping on the timeline. I mean, I guess I ain't have a choice regardless.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, you did it to me. I had to do it to you. This is episode 95 of Mic Check Waifu. As always, it's brought to you by Lube Complex. Make sure y'all go to lubecomplex.com and use that offer code waifu to save on your entire cart. It's also brought to you by Don't Talk Shop. That ad is coming later. But before we get the show on the road, okay, I just want to say shout out to Knox over at Project Manga. It was a fun episode. We did the review episode. Go back to episode 94 of Mic Check Waifu. We reviewed JJK, and we haven't done one of our patented reviews in a long time, so it was good to get back to it. It's probably going to be a bunch of more reviews coming soon because there's a lot of stuff that just ended for the winter season. So we got a lot of stuff that we want to probably review and talk about in great detail. But I do want to start off by thanking our Patreon producers, Aaron Brown, Connor, Explicitly, Monique Williams, Treesus. Thank y'all so much for being your very, 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 very best and producing Mic Check Waifu.
Love y'all for that.
We definitely love y'all for that. Tell, we should start off straight up. We should start off with therapy. We haven't had therapy in about a month.
Has it been a month? I feel like it was like 3 weeks ago. Oh, I guess about a month. That'll add up.
It's been about a month. So for those of you who are unaware, therapy is for one specific show that we like to get out the way. Now, not a lot of people is watching it, but we still are going to talk about it. We're talking about Redo of a Healer. Very controversial show. Had a lot going on. We usually do therapy at the beginning of the show, like now. Just get our overall thoughts. Just kind of clear our head of Redo of a Healer. First off, what did you think about what he did to the Blade Hero? Or the Sword Hero, whatever they called her.
It was about as it was expected. Mm-hmm. I'm not really a fan of incest and stuff like that, but you know, it is what it is.
No, for the Blade Hero though, he
the eating,
yeah,
the eating alive thing. Oh yes,
yeah.
Nah, that was lit. I like that. That was her fault, bro. Like she was straight trash. Like she was honestly a horrible human being. Like even
oh my god, so bad.
Even without like what she did to him specifically, what she was doing to just other people, yeah, she was trash, bro. She was a horrible person.
Yeah, it was a scene, man. She was basically drugging women and essentially taking advantage of them. So she was just as bad as anybody in that entire world. I am sorry.
She was worse than many of them.
True. I did like what they did to the Hawkeye dude, the Arrow hero.
I can't remember him.
He wasn't really a part of that whole the major faction, I guess, if you will. He was just guarding the youngest princess.
Mm-hmm.
How he just made him explode, but that fight was real dope.
Oh yeah, because he was dope.
Yeah,
but like he was like, I'm not gonna let you touch me. He was like, well, I really don't need to touch you. If I wanted your abilities, I would touch you, mm-hmm. which he wanted, but he didn't have a choice because the dude was just too good.
Yeah, that would have been great for him to get that ability. I am sad that it's over because I can guarantee you we're probably not going to get a season 2. So we're probably not going to get the wrap of, you know.
It's definitely going to get a season 2.
No way.
I mean,
it was too controversial.
Nah, controversy sells.
You're not wrong. Controversy do sell.
Yeah, what's the rating on this? Most people rating it around the 70%. The next highest score is a 60%, and the next highest score after that is 100%. So like people rating it, like they're pretty stern on the 70%. But there's people who are rating it higher than that for sure.
What's your overall thoughts of the show?
Revenge. I enjoy revenge.
Mm-hmm.
Is it dramatic as fuck? I think that if I was watching this censored, it probably wouldn't bother me. The uncensored stuff, because it shows so much, it does kind of hit something in my brain and make my brain itch.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit.
That's a great description. My brain do itch watching this shit. Like it just itches. It don't feel
it's
good.
Like, yo, that's a little intense. But like uncensored, censored. When I watched, because I went back and watched some episodes censored, it didn't feel as bad. Like, yeah, the same things are happening, and there are a lot of same visuals, but because it's not as graphic, it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like it's as bad. Like his actions are as bad, but it's definitely still as bad. But I feel better censored.
I couldn't watch it censored though. I just couldn't.
No, I get it.
I needed the full experience so I can bring it to therapy. All my trauma. You know? Yeah. It was a lot of it was traumatizing.
It was a lot of trauma in there, but a lot of it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't his fault.
True.
He was just getting his revenge.
True. Okay.
So how'd you like the wrap up of it? Like saying it as a conclusion.
As the conclusion, I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed the way he enacted his revenge on the princess, because it was fucked up. Like it was mentally fucked up, which is equally mentally fucked up to the stuff she did to her people or to his village and stuff like that. Like he ruined her basically before turning her into another piece of his harem. But I enjoyed the wrap up of it. I just wish it would have got to the bullet part. Me and you may be on two different spectrums on this, but I do not feel like it's going to get a season 2. And that's upsetting because I don't think I want to read it. But thanks to that last episode, I do enjoy reading. And shout out to @_RobJ for hooking me up with the plug on the Attack on Titan piece. So the second half of the show, to transition out of therapy, the second half of the show, Polow, me, Tajay, which is my real name for those of you that don't know, I am fully 100% caught up on Attack on Titan manga. It's after Rob sent me the link, he's like, you gotta read it on Twitter. I'm like, okay. He DM me, he's like, yo, you gotta read this shit, is crazy. I even got it for you in color. I'm like, oh, okay, that's even more of a reason. I sat there the next day, that next morning, got off of work at 6:30, and all I did was read. And I didn't put it down. So I went from chapter 150.
How long did that take you?
All day. It was all day. Because those chapters are fucking long.
From chapter which one?
115.
To the current, the 138.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
That took a while. It was because I didn't realize that this was not like fucking solo leveling. Like these chapters are not 15 pages. They were like 30, 40 pages.
They're 45 pages. Yeah. What the really cool thing about Attack on Titan, though, and we'll probably go into a little bit more detail about it, is that like it's a lot of script.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of it is reading.
This might be a lot of details.
And you can't skip a lot.
Right.
Like you really can't skip anything because
I even went back a few times.
Details.
Yeah.
I've gone back several times, bro. Mm-hmm. Like recently from what we were just watching, I went back to rewatch some things, and even like just now I went back to reread some things, and I think yesterday I went back to chapter 125 and then read back up to 134. So yeah, I went back to kind of get like get my head around like what happened again to kind of get those memories. And sheesh.
It's crazy because we're gonna talk about it more later, but I got some thoughts on Attack on Titan.
Okay.
It's kind of interesting to talk about. But I also made a few purchases last week after our manga episode. Hold on. You go ahead and vamp real quick, Tell. I'm gonna step away from the mic for just 2 seconds because I want to be able to show Tell on camera. Follow or subscribe to our YouTube channel. It'll be in the show notes because I want you guys to see this on video too.
So Polow about to hit us with some dope stuff. Now, y'all already know his background is fire as it is. He got all the little minis and he got a Rem in the background. So whatever he got is probably gonna be fire. But in the meantime, y'all can get like probably 10 seconds of tutting and dancing until you come back. All right. So y'all ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Polow about to beat right here. Oh,
okay. We back.
Shoulder, lean, young Dro. Hit him with it.
I'm not cutting none of that out. I don't know what Till did or what Till said, but whatever he said, it's not true.
That's messed up.
I just thought you maybe was talking crazy. Okay, so after our manga episode, shout out to Knox again. I made a few purchases. Okay, and this is where I decided I'm gonna start. Okay, boom. First purchase is if this camera can focus, which it's probably gonna have a hard time doing.
Your face still in the screen.
There it is.
Oh,
I have the manga, the full manga set because it's only 3 volumes of Grimgar, Fantasy, and Ash. Full physical copies of it. Not only that, okay. I have.
If you pick up Twin Star Exodus, I'll kiss you. I'm just
I have the light novel version of ReZero.
Let's go.
Episode 1, and I have the light novel version of Grimgar. Now there's 13 versions or volumes of the light novel of Grimgar. I'm going to get all of them.
So real quick, I found out something about ReZero, and we can probably talk about this later. Because I was planning on picking up the light novel too. Polow, we brothers for real. Mm-hmm. But I found out why Elsa being a vampire, what it means in the world of ReZero.
I think I do too. I think we might have watched the same video. If you're talking,
we probably did. Yeah. But so vampires, as you might already know, which I just thought was dope when I found it out. Yeah, light spoilers. Is that vampires are people who carve, they carve like a promise into their skin to essentially like kill someone or something, right? And it makes them essentially like immortal. Unless that carving or insignia is taken out of their body, and they get superpowered, like they're fortified. And I was like, yo, that's actually kind of dope. It's a different aspect of the vampire.
And that's what makes ReZero so fucking great. Like, we could talk about that in the second half of the show too, because not a lot of people still need to watch season 2. Season 2 was absolute perfection.
Sheesh.
I never would have thought like you can come from season 1 where they had a thing, right? They had the system. It was Subaru trying to figure out how to solve a problem. Spoilers for season 1. How to solve a problem by unfortunately having to use his one ability, well, one of his abilities, and that's Return by Death. If you don't know where Return by Death is, watch the show. But it's fantastic, man, because it's there is so much detail in that show. And that's why I picked up the light novel, because there's this YouTuber I watch who goes into kind of what was missed in the light novels and from the light novels to the show. And the fact that they still do this show so good with even missing the little details that they're probably going to go into later.
I don't even care.
Me either. It's not, and it's so fucking good. It's so fucking good. It's so fucking good. Oh man. But yeah, I picked up some manga, man. I'm about to read more now because of that episode. I hope that episode does the same for you guys too, because that was kind of the goal in us doing that. Because we know that he's big on JJK, but not only that, but manga as well. And we don't really have too many manga specific episodes. So I think if it can get one other person other than me reading, shout out to it's Uncle Mike too. He on Twitter, he wanted us to do that manga episode. That's our guy. We appreciate him. But we here now. All right, Tel. You've been watching a bunch of new stuff since the spring season has finally started. What do you have for me, brother?
Did you watch Shaman King?
I did. It was so
I'm
nostalgic.
kind of excited. Yeah, exactly. I'm excited for this to be back.
Me too.
The artwork seems, obviously, since it's newer, it seems so much cleaner.
It looks good. I still hate the character designs though.
It does look better because they do kind of have like that mix of like almost like some of them look chibi-ish and then like it's almost like all over the place. But like the main character's design, like his yokai that's essentially with him, which I mean I guess really it's a ghost and you know they're not gonna call it a yokai, but it's the same thing.
Same thing.
His character, like the surroundings, to me I like it. And music didn't really hit hard for me, but the voice acting, it wasn't like off, like it wasn't like very bad voice acting or anything. So to me, I'm just like, I'm kind of excited to see this come back. I hope that they do really well. And they're giving us, what is it, 50?
I don't think that's accurate.
52 episodes.
I don't think that's accurate. I think they're no. I think they
like
just
placeholder.
Yeah, I think they just put that as a placeholder because that's what the original had. Because if I do remember correctly, the original, I don't think covered as much ground as it did in this episode.
Yeah.
So it was more backstory. But
so what do you think about this first episode?
It was fantastic. And okay, not fantastic. It just felt good to be in the world of Shaman King again. I did miss, because I remember it as a kid watching it on 4Kids, Saturday morning cartoons. And I remember that first episode like it was yesterday. And it seemed so fucking good. But of course, I didn't really pay that much attention to what the details of it. But now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, yo, this concept is kind of ill. It's kind of real ill.
Right.
I like it.
And I love how like some of the characters are just goofy. Yep. Some of the characters are super serious. It's like, I like that range.
Yes.
Because some anime characters are just entirely goofy through the entire series. And one of the things I watched is that, and where the character's just goofy the entire episode. And I was like, this is not what I expected when you look at that name. But yeah, Shaman King, I enjoyed that first episode. Excited for the second.
Same. Yeah, Shaman King being the one I watched. I've also watched here it is, Vivi, a Fluorite Eyes song. Very interesting show. Did you watch this one? Yeah,
I think it actually might end up being one of the sleepers.
Yeah. I watched the 2 episodes that's out. My God, this shit was good. It's done by Witch Studios, so it's fucking beautiful. It is very beautiful. I love the way they do like the Android close-up art. It's so sick. But it's about essentially an AI, one of the first AIs that was ever created, like the properly human-based AI, who is a performer at an amusement park, and her goal is to get everyone to hear her sing. When she's
bring happiness to the world
with her voice, through her singing. When she's approached by another AI that's actually from the future, essentially, who tells her that in 100 years the AIs will basically exterminate all of the humans, and I want you to help me with preventing that from happening. So it goes through the first 2 episodes where her task being to protect this AI. They call him AI builder. A guy that basically is trying to unite AIs and humans together, passing a law. But she has to protect them, and the shit gets active early, and it's so fucking good. And I love the main character so far. She's an AI, so there isn't much to her, but you can feel the growth that's gonna come from her character. 13 episodes. Vivi, check it out. I do enjoy this one quite a bit. I do think this is definitely going to be a good one. And Wish Studio is fucking amazing, man. Sound design too.
So this is the one. I was talking about on Twitter when I said I turned it on and just put it on the double speed, and it was just like was ready to watch it with double speed on.
Oh, fuck.
And I started it up. I watch a lot of anime in double speed,
Don't
bro.
do that, man. You are ruining your life.
I do it all the time. I literally do it all the time.
Ow.
But I turned it on, put it on double speed, and I'm watching it, and I'm sitting here chilling, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, are they singing? I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I'm like, hold up. I'm like, I know I read that right, but as soon as I saw like the action, I like turned it down on like normal, and I'm hearing like the singing and what's going on. I'm like, yo, that kind of felt like almost scary. Like this, I looked at it, I didn't think it was gonna be nothing like that, bro. I thought this was gonna be like some kind of musical anime. And I just turned. I didn't read the synopsis. I just turned it on because I logged on AniList and saw you completed the first 2 episodes. I was like, nah, let me watch this shit too.
Yeah,
nah, man, it's really good.
It's so fucking really good. For one, it's written by the creator of ReZero, so that should already tell you. That this is that this is gonna be.
It's gonna get love.
Yeah, that this is gonna be some deep shit. And then the art, I believe, is obviously it's with studio. So like those two coming together and creating anime, I'm here. I'm just here for it.
Yeah,
that shit blew me back that first episode. I can't wait for more. What else you got?
I also watched 7 Nights Revolution. Did you watch that?
I couldn't find that one.
So 7 Nights Revolution, I watched on a site that shall not be named.
Okay, that's probably where I should have went then.
I watched this one in double speed. But
I cannot believe you even told me you do that. I'm actually hurt that you do that. How can you enjoy a show in double speed?
I didn't watch the whole thing double speed. Like I said, I only watched because I watched the beginning and then to the intro, and then once I get past the intro, I turn it off double speed.
You might as well wear socks when you go to sleep. Like you just might as well.
First of all, I'm not even close to that. And double speed is amazing, bro.
Why is it in double speed? That sounds actually toxic.
I watch all my YouTube videos in double speed.
You're a literal demon. You were born from the depths of hell.
Every podcast, everything I listen to on my headphones, if it's not music, it's double speed.
You are actually insane.
Really?
Yeah.
You know how much information you get that way? You
miss information that way. It's easily missing information. I guarantee you do not get all of the information you will get if you just watch it normal. I guarantee you. I put my life on it. My entire whole life.
All right, bet. We gonna do that. We gonna put that to the test one day. And if I win, I want your life.
All right, we can write an essay. We can watch a show, and you can watch your show in double speed, and I can watch my show, and then we can write an essay about it and see what happens.
We don't need to do all that because I feel like I'm really good at essays.
I am too. When I actually care.
Because I'm gonna be done at 10 minutes at the episode. You're gonna be done at 24 minutes, and I'm gonna be like writing my essay. We're gonna finish at the same time for the essay, and I'm gonna be like, all right, Polo, here's my 10-page report with my cover letter.
All right.
No, all right, but look, this shit actually seems like it's gonna be really good too, and it kind of, I was like, yo.
I was looking for this everywhere.
I was like, is this anime season going to be like a lot of sleepers things are going to be good? And like, we weren't even ready for it. Because
could be the case.
I think, because like, so hear me out.
I'm listening.
It starts off with, in the heat of battle. Basically, this whole town is being destroyed, ravaged by monsters that basically are killing the people of the town and then like absorbing them into their bodies and taking on like a human-esque form, not really a human form, but like, like they're monsters, like just blobs at first, and then they ingest a human, like just pull them into their body, and they start to grow like arms and stuff. Damn. So yeah, this town is getting ransacked, bro. They blowing this town all the way up. And you have like these knights that come in and they're fighting the monsters, and they're just using regular weapons and fighting them. And then things get tough, and they pull out this card, and it's almost like a magical girl-esque moment, but the card symbolizes a god. and they fuse with that god's intent and like will, and
Interesting.
take on that armor and power, and they fight against. It's kind of like the Blazer idea,
Yeah.
but not necessarily that. So basically, everybody in this town is getting killed, but they are able to save one guy. His name is Nemo, and Nemo is a student for Grand Seed Academy, which basically are people who are certified or have the quality of becoming one of these successors. Successors are what the knights are called, because they succeed the goddess and take powers from other gods or heroes from the past.
Interesting.
So I was like, yo, this is dope, bro. And I was very interested in this. To me, it was a very good first episode. But there's only one thing that threw me off, which is like they saved the dude, and then after they save him, he goes straight to the academy. And it's like, I mean, that's kind of weird that like you literally just got this ridiculous ass fight,
right? And
then you go straight to school after that. I was like,
just kind of throw him in his shit.
But it's like a magic world, so I get it.
Interesting. I was looking for this everywhere. It said it was on Crunchyroll. I checked Verve and it wasn't there. Usually it's always there. Yeah, so I just have to watch it on the site that shall not be named. Speaking of the site that shall not be named, for some reason, this anime is on there, on the site that shall not be named, but it's not anywhere else. And it says that episode 1 comes out in 2 days. But I watched episode 1, and that's Full Dive, the ultimate next gen full dive RPG. That's even shittier than real life.
We both supposed to watch this one.
Yeah, it was on. It's on the site that shall not be named. It says it's out in 2 days, but it's already out. So,
okay, how was it?
Full fuck, silly and dark at the same time.
Is that good?
Yeah, I mean, it's
not completely landing, but it kind of got you a little bit.
I'm fucking interested. I'll tell you that much because of this concept. Okay. Now, this concept is this guy who is looking for one of the most popular full dive VR RPGs that just came out. It's like the 22nd version of this RPG. He goes around, he's looking for it, but he gets stopped by a bully. The bully asks for like 10,000 yen. He fucking pays him 10,000 yen to not bother him anymore. And he continues on his way to the store to pick up the game. He goes to the store to buy the game. He gets up to the register. He has his game reserved. He's ready to buy it. The clerk says, okay, it'll be 170,000 yen. This fucking guy has 160,000 yen, unfortunately. So, he doesn't have enough for the game that he wanted, that he waited so long for, because he played every last one of them up until this new one that was released. So he's sad. He goes to another store to see if he can find a cheaper version of this game, and he comes across this store assistant in this store that is like super dead, like nobody fucks with it. It says, hey, do you have the game that he's looking for, the 22nd, whatever it's called? She says, no, I don't. Actually, yes, I do. Here you go. And she gives him the game. She makes him pay only 10,000 yen for the 170,000 yen that he's supposed to pay. So he pays for it, but he gets the wrong game.
Yeah, of course. I was gonna say that sounds shady.
So she gives him like this basically low tier RPG that came out 10 years ago. But she says like this game is great because this game gives you full sense dive. Okay, like you'll be able to smell the air, you'll be able to touch who you want to touch, wink, 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 you know, that kind of shit.
Feel the pain.
Yep, you'll be able to feel. She ain't say feel pain though because she's trying to entice him to play it. So he plays it. He full dives into it. He realizes, oh shit, this hurts. Like he runs into a door. He's like, I actually feel pain. I actually smell the leaves. Blah, blah, blah. His childhood sweetheart comes into the house that he's in, like the starter house, and tells him, hey, you know, let's go. We got to go pick these apples. He says, hey, I want to go to this town. And everybody starts to freak out. Like, yo, you can't go to this town. You cannot leave this village because we're encaged by goblins or some shit like that. His best friend comes, which is his childhood sweetheart's brother, and tells him, you know, you can't go to this town. And basically they fist fight and he get his ass beat. Okay. He get his ass fucking beat. Next thing you know, he's on the table. There's this dagger with this apple. The best friend, they call him his best friend, picks up the knife, eats an apple, and he he goes through this inner monologue and he charges his best friend. When he charges his best friend, he accidentally kills his best friend. Blood everywhere. It's like the full sense of killing somebody he felt. And the sister is so pissed off and she's chasing him out of town. Essentially, he becomes a character that's called the best friend killer. And because of that, he doesn't get to do the quests to become a different type of hero. So now he's stuck, not really stuck in this world, but he's in this world, essentially labeled a best friend killer and unable to do any quests because of what he did. So now that's how the fucking show is going to start. I had to give the full synopsis of it because it's just one of those kind of shows you're like, what the fuck? Yeah. But this shit is wild as hell, man. It's wild as hell. So I'm definitely intrigued to see what's going to happen because, I mean, at least as of now, from what I know, he can log out. So.
Yeah, we both said we were going to watch that one. So yeah. I'm excited for that. I'm about to tune in.
Super different. It's definitely, it seems like a parody on Sword Art, but not quite there. Mm-hmm. But it definitely seems parody-ish. Nice little silly moments, but so far not good, not bad yet, but intriguing. Definitely intriguing.
So, to kind of go off of that, I'm gonna say this one's not very intriguing. I started Combatants Will Be Dispatched.
I was meant to start that one too, but I didn't.
I mean, you can watch it if you want to. It's a lot of edginess. Just like really big breast.
Oh Lord.
Not like overly sized, but they big.
Is it tasteful at least? Yes, there's a such thing as tasteful edginess. Sorry.
I mean, I don't really know. Like, I don't really know how to. It's not like overdoing it, like where it makes it seem bad. But they made like a dick joke in this episode, and I don't mind a good dick joke. It just wasn't a good dick joke.
What does that even mean? Oh,
exactly. Shit. Exactly.
That's awful.
But basically what it is it starts off on this trash where this is just probably supposed to be a funny anime, and it was comedy the whole time. It was comedy the whole time. But like I kind of thought it was going to switch from comedy to seriousness at some point, but it never did.
Did you laugh?
Like twice.
Okay. All right. That's not good. Only twice. Only twice for a full comedy anime ain't good.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be on the comedy side. It's just more of like the jokes were a little childish.
I see.
Like the dick joke was basically, so the guys he is part of a group of knights who are like traveling to other worlds to help like overcome issues and fix them. And he gets assigned a mission and he is dispatched to this mission alongside another person. The person who's helping him is like a robotic person, and she has a bomb built into her body to where if you push her or she runs into anything too hard, she just explodes and flattens everything around her.
Oh shit.
And she keeps saying like, he's like, I'm gonna hug you. He's like, well, don't hug me too tight because I'll kill everything around us. Or she's like, don't push me because if you push me, I'll kill everything around us.
Oh, jeez.
She didn't say it like that both times, but she made two different statements about it. Yeah. But basically, when they get dispatched to this other world, they literally start falling out of the sky. Like, and she's like, well, you got to make sure I don't hit the ground because I hit the ground, we're dead. And I'm just like, well, you're dead. She didn't say we're dead. She said you're dead. And I'm like, oh, she is like emotionless. But basically, make it to this other world, and this world, the robot girl basically tells the other people, because they can't understand that language, but she can because she's a robot, that he is a great warrior who led their kingdom to victory in another dimension. But basically, because of them changing dimensions, he's lost his mind and become insane. So you can't really understand or listen to anything he says. Oh shit! So every time he says anything, he's being very serious, but they think that he's stupid because they told him up front that he's insane. So he like doing these stupid ass poses and stuff, and they just looking at him like, okay. So the dig joke comes into play where they find this cube that this kingdom is praying to, right? It's this giant blue cube, and they pray to this cube, and it gives them water, other resources, that kind of stuff. Well, this is one of the parts I laughed at. The robot girl, she says, "Yeah, I can fix this cube." And the person that found them says, "Okay, I'm going to take full credit for you fixing this cube." Basically, she's like, "Okay, that's cool." She fixes the cube, and when they hit the reset button, it goes dun dun, kind of like you restart a MacBook. You ever heard the MacBook sound?
Oh, yeah.
Dun. It did that same sound, and then it said, "Okay, insert password." Or no, it said, "Okay, create password." And he's like sitting there, he laughs, and they are sitting there, they still talking, didn't create a password. And then it says again, create password. He says, "All right, the new password," he gets his evil twinkle in his eye, "penis celebration." So when they pray to it, they'll have to hold their hands together and pray for a penis celebration for them to get everything they want. And I was like, these motherfuckers is wild. But he has to do certain evil things, right? So he gets what's called villainy points. And when he does evil things, he gets points that he can trade for like as currency. So he traded some of his villainy points for a shotgun, where in a world where everyone's using swords, right,
and magic and shit.
Yeah. So they look at them with the shotgun and say, "Oh, well, you don't have any weapons," and they're literally pointing the shotgun at the girl. And it's like they don't understand what a shotgun is, right. But it's like it's goofy as fuck. I'm gonna keep watching it. I just don't. I can't say I recommend it, but it's pretty. Now that I think about it, I think I laughed at more than 2 parts, if I'm being completely fair. Because like I know I don't always laugh out loud, but I find things that make me like kind of chuckle on the inside. Yeah, like so I would say it's definitely more than 2 parts I laughed at.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, the good news is next week a bunch of other shit is actually like should be here. For us to talk about. We obviously watched the first 2 episodes of My Hero. We're gonna probably talk about that in spoiler talk before we get to the AOT part. So I'm looking forward to that. There was one other show I watched before we even did the JJK review, and that's So I Can't Play H, which is an older show about a kid who basically uses his pervertedness as an ability to help with this Grim Reaper retain or receive her energy so she can do her Grim Reaping job. Super ecchi, silly as hell. Very pretty show. It's an older show. I obviously don't recommend it. It was white noise at a time where everything ended. I didn't have anything else. So, all right.
Did you say it was white noise?
Yeah.
Is that bad? That's bad. That means you just turned it on just to let it be on.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because I couldn't find anything else I wanted to turn on.
Damn, Polo.
I wanted to something mindless. So, turned that on and it wasn't interesting.
Did you watch season 2 of Megalobox, the first episode?
No, not doing
okay.
It. Not doing
All right. Well, I watched it.
What you think?
Storyline seemed like it might be interesting.
Okay.
I'll just kind of give a quick synopsis. Gearless Joe has retired from fighting in the ring. I think he won that tournament and then instantly left, and now he's fighting underground again. But now he's going by the name of Nomad, and no one necessarily recognizes him. But he's using gear, and he has like a full beard now, kind of covers up his face, and he's struggling with addiction in this first episode, and it might be, I think it's from like chronic migraines from fighting with gear on and getting hit in the head and whatnot. But you know, I feel like the direction they're going to take this would be pretty interesting, because I really liked the gritty style of that first season, but this one seems even grittier and probably going to go down a darker route. So I'm really actually super interested in where it's going to go. It's only going to be 13 episodes. So
I was bored as hell with Megalobox the first season.
Yeah. I mean, bored. I don't necessarily think that's going to change for you. But there was way less fighting, and I guess there wasn't a ton of fighting last time, but there's less fighting and more storyline right now.
So even more boring. Interesting.
Really? You would think that's boring? You of all people?
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna box, Hajime no Ippo, me, man.
It seems like less meathead though in this current anime though. It seems like there's way more development for the characters now. And that's only the first episode.
Right. I'll leave that one to you.
Bet I'll take it.
All right, bro. Let's get to know my check waifu.
Let's do it. 85 questions.
85 questions. This is where we get to know us. We ask a random question from the role of a random number generator and answer it here for you right now. Let's do it.
42. We always in the 40s lately.
For some reason, that's exactly right. Oh man, what a great fucking question. Saddest anime death. This is so easy for me. I don't want to spoil it though. Okay, I'm gonna just say the show. The show is Clannad. Obviously.
Oh, fuck you.
You can pick any situation. Just watch Clannad. I'm not gonna say who or what or how. Just watch Clannad. It's fucking pure sadness.
You suck, bro. I'm gonna go with Maze Hughes from Fullmetal Alchemist.
Oh, that was pretty good. It's pretty sad. Damn. That's a good one. That's a real good one.
Polow and his shenanigans from Clannad. I hate that part of Clannad.
Ooh, it hurts.
I hate it so much. And it wasn't even one.
Yeah.
It could have just let it go.
I know,
It
bro.
could have just let the shit go. And they had to double up on it.
Yeah, I know.
What a horrible thing.
What a great show, though. All right, when we come back, after we play this lo-fi tune, we're going to talk spoilers for My Hero and spoilers for the Attack on Titan manga. I can't believe it. Can't believe I'm caught up on the manga. It's crazy. Yeah, we're going to talk about that when we come back. Chill out to these nice, smooth lo-fi tunes. We'll be right back after these.
might throw the dub in rotation.
Yeah, I might have to like for the review. Just watch the dub. The dub is so fucking clean too. I haven't even touched the dub this season. I've seen clips of it, but we're gonna watch the. Well, I'm probably gonna rewatch the full 25 episodes.
25.
Yeah,
24
between part 1 and part 2, and yeah, we're gonna review it. So the reviews are back, baby. That's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a real good one. Let's talk about the spoiler talk. Let's talk My Hero first. The first 2 episodes, because obviously we didn't talk about it last week. And last week is when it actually dropped. Tail, what did you think of My Hero season? Did you freeze? Oh, you didn't. Okay, you just blinked. What the fuck? Watch the video version. Tail was sitting here looked like he was frozen. What did you think of the first 2 episodes?
Episode 1 was dookie because it's a filler episode. It was just like, hey, everyone's back and here's what they do again. I hate when they do that so much. Like just introduce us back to the show with what should be happening. But yeah, I mean, episode 1, it just is what it is. They use that as a reintroduction episode.
They do that every time.
Yeah, it's so bad. I hate it personally. I don't know about you.
Yeah, it was cool. If I look at it objectively, right, I think it was fine for what it was, but I do think they need to understand that maybe not. Let's look at it fully objectively. That's kind of a perfect. That's kind of a perfect episode for episode 1 for somebody that's either just coming back to My Hero or that hasn't seen season 4. Or just don't remember who these characters are because they don't watch it or they're not in the zeitgeist like we are. This show is mainly for like the mainstream non-anime watchers or kids watching Toonami or you know what I'm saying? Like it's built for that.
And that's exactly why I disagree. The show is so mainstream that you don't have to tell us after watching season 1, 2, 3,
no.
what quirks they have.
You know what mainstream is, right? Mainstream is a wider group of people, not just us. For us, this shit sucks because they reintroduce people that we are already accustomed to. But but you have to be able to bring in more and new people, and that's exactly why they do it.
These characters are already on t-shirts.
That doesn't matter. They still have to bring in new people.
I get that. I'm saying most people aren't going to start from season 5.
That's wrong because this is so a holistically TV ass anime that most people will start from season 5. They don't play season 1 no more on TV, and that's what they do this shit for.
I don't necessarily agree with that, but I did not. I think it's easier to jump in. Like if they had done that introduction, cut that episode in half. Like cut that first opening in half and gave us that introduction, and that would have been better in my eyes because that's basically what they did last season. They gave us half was like a shitty opening that never happened. Mm-hmm. The other half is like this actually happened. I'm more cool with that. But I just feel like so many people know these characters at this point to where it's hard. And it could just be the fact that we are in the anime manga community. So everyone knows what they do. Definitely. But I know people who have no idea about the greater grand scheme of anime or manga, and they know everything that these characters already do.
They know Midoriya and Bakugo and Todoroki. They don't know everybody else.
No, I'm telling you, I know people who have no major concept of anything other than My Hero for anime and manga, and they literally know the entire class 1A. Now, they might not know class, is it 2B?
It's 1B, but nah.
1B, yeah, but they know when they see them, oh, this person's quirk is this. So I get it, but that's just my personal experience. So I could be, like I said, I don't know exactly how mainstream people are going to necessarily perceive it because I only know how I perceive it.
Exactly. And then because I think about it back then when I used to watch before I was in it as deep as I am. Before I was in it as deep as I am, I wasn't watching Attack on Titan weekly. And they used to do recaps with studios. And those recaps used to help me out a lot. Because I couldn't remember who the fuck was who. You know what I'm saying? I think it's the same deal with My Hero. My Hero is strict. That episode was strictly for those TV people that they want to bring in, who's not as familiar with the others. Like, I don't even remember half their names, to be honest. The Invisible Girl or this fucking that pervert dude. Like, I don't. Man, maybe because lately My Hero left a sour taste in my mouth. After last season, and I think that's exactly what it is. I think last season left a sour taste in my mouth, but yeah, episode 2, was pretty good, pretty fucking good. It was.
You think so?
Yeah, it was real good. In the sense of the way the way it was paced was so fucking good to me because it brought character development and it didn't do that thing it did last season where it just put it and it misplaced its flashbacks. I feel like those flashbacks was well placed. Getting that Endeavor moment with Shoto and Natsuo was so fucking good. And then figuring out what the hell was actually going on with Hawks was so well done because I really thought Hawks was a piece of shit until, they brought the whole thing into it. I'm like, oh, this is good. This is a good way to do this episode. I was kind of blown back by that. So
I think,
and Hawks is technically a piece of shit, but he's not that kind of piece of shit.
Yeah. Hawks is, in my opinion, a pretty awesome character in this season. But I think people will see him differently in other seasons. He's just really, I don't know. I love his art style, his whole quirk. I love that. That shit is great, bro.
And the utilization of that quirk is special too.
Yeah, and they gave a little bit of story about him. So I don't know. It's episode 2 to me. I agree with everything you said. Was like paced properly.
It was so good.
The backstory was the first time they kind of gave it well in a while. Love Todoroki backstory. It's always good. Yep. It's always good. That's why, like, you know how like people say they hate Dragon Ball, but Vegeta has like the best character development.
Facts.
Why is Todoroki the best developed character? Like, he literally has some of the best character development, or like not even him specifically, but his family.
Yes.
Just that family specifically is more developed than every other part of the story. Is ridiculous. Like, you can tell it's clearly a favorite.
It was obvious as hell this episode. Cause man, and it's good to see
his sister.
Yeah. It's good to see because I like you could feel it. You could feel where Endeavor wants to make that change. And you can feel how upset that entire family was with how they were raised because of the way Endeavor was in order to become where he is now. It's a whole line of shit that just is crazy to think about. Well done.
For sure. Yeah. They did some great stuff with this episode.
Yeah.
Well, with episode 2.
Yeah. Episode 2 was fantastic. I even liked episode 1. I think it was fine. And once I stepped back, I got to step back and realize what the shit is for. And it's for the kids, man. It's for the newbies and stuff like that, which I'm okay with. Bring as many people over as possible. I'm happy with that. Let that be their first anime. All right. Now, this we're going to discuss full spoilers for Attack on Titan manga. Full spoilers. So if you're not caught up on the manga or you're just an anime watcher, you can turn the podcast off. But thank you so much for rocking with us. We appreciate you. And as always, Mike. We'll see y'all next week. Now, everybody who is caught up on Attack on Titan manga, okay?
Sheesh.
The full thing, 138. Next week is 139, the last and final chapter of Attack on Titan. What you got for me, Tell?
Well, no. I don't want to get my views yet.
No, I'm saying, what's your question for me?
I want to know what were your thoughts? What were you thinking? Because you said you had some thoughts on this, that you got some thoughts on Attack on Titan. And on the timeline, me and GB were talking. GB saying Attack on Titan is better than Full Metal Alchemist.
No.
I agree with that. But I want to know, what are your thoughts in terms of the story, how the characters have developed and changed over time? Just go ahead. I want you to spill all of it, bro. I want to hear, so I can also say what I got to say. You rubbing your chest, your heart hurt a little bit.
It just, a lot of it felt kind of forced to me.
Okay,
in my personal opinion, the whole Marley and Eldian like coming together aspect of it was the quickest shit I think the quickest turnaround I've ever seen. Was it warranted? Absolutely yes, because now they understand with the rumbling going on that this is a big fucking deal and we have to work together to stop this, and if we want to save the entire fucking world. Okay, that was interesting, but I still feel like it was just they were so together, even though they had those moments of arguing at the fire when they were eating and stuff like that. But they were so together so quickly that I felt like it was, you could tell where they decided to let's start to kind of wrap this shit up kind of feeling. It felt rushed.
Yeah. Now, I agree to an extent with that. But I also, here's my perspective, is that if you're facing a global problem, right?
But you don't have a lot of time to handle it.
You don't have a lot of time to just say, look,
you're right.
You know, we gotta discuss our internal issues and social economic issues.
You're right.
It's at that point, it's like, fuck it, bro. Like,
no, you're absolutely right.
We gotta eat together. What rations do y'all have, or what weapons do y'all have? Because we got to use these weapons to fight against the larger threat. Yeah. So it did happen really fast. I agree that they could have given us maybe a couple of more details on like these people coming together. But they didn't have a choice. Like these characters were forced together because of what Eren was doing.
No, this is it's valid. And it's coming from me who watched the anime and saw everything that fucking went down with the Marlians and just still hates their fucking guts. You know what I'm saying? Like that part is why I said that. And
yeah. Now, also, what do you think Eren's overall goal is? Because I've had an idea of what Eren's goal was, probably like chapter 128, something like that. Whenever he actually officially got the power from Zeke. I had an idea what Eren's actual goal was. But what do you think Eren's actual goal is?
Exactly what's happening right now in 138. I think that was his goal the entire time, because he knew obviously he has probably less than a year left with the founding Titans and what is it called? Attack Titans powers.
Attack Titan, Founding Titan, Warhammer Titan.
Yeah, he got less than a year left, so you know he's going to die either way, which that's obviously touched on when they kind of flash back to the Mikasa like Ackerman power or whatever, and he decided the best way for me to bring the world together is for them to unite against a common evil. I'll be that common evil in order to make the world a better place, because I'm gonna die anyway. It is what it is. So
and make the Marlians, or not Marlians, make the people of Paradise Island seem like heroes, because who ends up No.
Definitely
you don't think
not.
Is that?
Hell no. If anything, he's making them worse. But I think he's making it to where this is his goal, because he constantly says when he's marching or when he's speaking to the people of Eldia that I'm going to make the world a better place for y'all. I'm going to be the one to make this. Like they put emphasis on that, probably intentionally, to make it seem like, to make them, the people of Paradis or Eldian people, period, say to
Yeah.
the Marlians and everybody else across the world, like, hey, he's going to do this. This is about to happen. Let's fix this. Let's get to. So not necessarily make them heroes, but it kind of make them more so the devil, but make him be the devil
that everyone thought they was.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. But make him be the one that's kind of bringing that out. And I don't know. I think it's fucked up, man. It's not fucked up because I love Aaron still.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so fucked up watching those fucking kids and mamas and daddies. I also have a theory on what's about to happen.
I kind of do too. And I want to know, I want to know what your theory is too.
Yeah.
All right. So my personal opinion is this. I don't really think Aaron can die in this form. And the only reason I say that is because when he first gained this power, his head was already cut off.
Right.
And his spinal cord grew back because of the power of Ymir, right? Now, from what it appears is that he's completely taken over the power of Ymir. And I do think that this is going to be the end of the rumbling, but I'm not actually sure he's going to actually die here. I think he would probably become like a recluse until his final days with him having this power, and he'll probably take all the Titan power with him when he dies.
I mean, I love that theory. I absolutely love that.
So what are you thinking?
I think he's going to do something to Ymir after he's dead. But
When he goes to the path?
Yeah, exactly. I think it's going to end her. And once you end her, you end the transformation of multiple Titans to, to keep passing down and down and over and over. I feel like he's going to essentially, when he dies from Mikasa's thing, whatever she's about to do, he's going to take Ymir with him somehow.
I mean, it's already happened though. You saw that final page.
Yeah.
She split our boy.
Yeah. Well, did she? Or did she kiss him?
Yeah. She was holding his whole head in her hands, bro.
Well, that's because she was inside of his mouth though, right?
Look at it again.
Yeah.
Hold on. Look, study break. Everybody who is reading Attack on Titan, go to chapter 138 with us on Attack on Titan, and let's look at the final page. Where is it at?
Bust open the tube, goes inside his mouth.
And then
Cuts
that last, when she was kissing him, if you look, and I could be
No, you're right.
wrong, but
You're absolutely right. I missed that part. Not that I missed that part. I saw that part, but I didn't notice the slash, I guess.
yeah. And the only reason I think there is more is obviously because Ymir is there.
Interesting.
So, I mean, we'll see exactly where that goes. But yeah, I was like, damn, she already split our boy. And I love that. I do love that it was Mikasa. Because that's important to the story.
Very.
Do I kind of wish Armin was there? Because that was the whole group. But Mikasa needed that to, show her resolve in the end. She knew what Aaron, I feel like she knew what Aaron wanted. And this is what was supposed to happen.
Yeah. So what do you think about the theory of Mikasa having these time travel powers? Because I know that, have you ever seen these OVAs and shit like that?
I haven't seen all of them. No.
So apparently here's the theory that's going around. Because I looked at all the theories after I caught up. apparently Attack on Titan is a huge butterfly effect. Hence the butterfly and this OVA of Mikasa's talking about how, something. I didn't see the OVA, but it's a butterfly effect about her being a part of multiple timelines, right? And that's why you get the flashback of her going to where what seems like a dream, where her and Aaron actually ran away from this battle before, you know, the whole Marlene situation. And he's living out his days in the woods and the cabins with Mikasa. And they're talking like he's just going to die there and they're just going to be together happy. People are saying that that's actually a different timeline. And then the headaches are a part of her remembering a different timeline split. Like a whole Steins Gate type of situation.
Yeah.
And that's what the headaches of the Ackerman power that she keeps getting is, because every time she do get a headache, it's because of a quote unquote dream that she's had, right? Like she's always had like these flashbacks or dreams or something like that that cause her to get these headaches. If it's a whole timeline situation and we're going to jump to a different timeline where all this shit is over and none of this happens here, bullshit, like everybody's actually still alive type shit, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yo, I would 100% put this down as one of the worst endings.
Yes, me too.
Easily, because I don't want that. I don't want Aaron to be dead.
I'm okay with him being dead.
I mean, I'm saying like, because I do like Aaron.
Yeah,
I wish that it didn't have to come to this. Even the characters, they didn't want it to necessarily come to this, but they have to, right? But I'd rather this ending where Aaron is the resolution in what he's done.
Yes. Than
be some BS where, you know, we time travel and we get to spend our lives together. No. There needs to be consequences for this shit. And if our characters don't live with the consequences, I will be pissed. That's part of the reason I had an issue with Promised Neverland so much, is that they took away all the consequences.
Yes.
In that anime.
Became a show of conveniences.
Right. So I think this show deserves an ending where everything's not happy. I need consequences in the ending.
Yeah, and the consequences will be mostly everybody died.
Yeah, but also the people of Paradise Island are no longer suffering with these Titans. They're not trapped in anymore. The world sees that everyone had to come together to fight this greater threat and that they're not so different. And hopefully the Titan power itself is no longer even a thing.
Yeah. And
if it is a thing, I hope that the Titan power just becomes like a national thing. Like everyone of a nation gets one Titan changer or shifter or something like that. As like a global. This
is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking she's going to kill him here. Like I said, Ymir, and he's going to take Ymir with him. All the Titan abilities, everybody that is a Titan right now that's under like that little mass of land that got turned from that fucking worm thing, which I don't like, by the way. I don't like whatever that spinal fucking worm thingy is that Reiner is fighting right now. I don't like it. But everybody that got turned into a Titan from that gets turned back once he takes Ymir down with him. That was a part of my prediction. They get turned back to normal. And which will suck because that means Gabby's back. Because right now she's a goddamn Titan, and I'm okay with that.
Polow to the death of the show is like fuck Gabby, bro.
100%. I don't give a fuck about her. She's the reason why that fucking spinal thing came out anyway when she shot Aaron's head off. I would rather him have his full body, get the power from Zeke, and then we see what happened.
You know, you a true ride or die. That's right, my brother.
Fuck her.
100%.
I do like the fact that Falco's fucking Titan version of that Titan is an actual bird.
Yeah, that's actually kind of dope.
Yeah. I just really hope this isn't going to be a time travel situation.
It
can be, right? It could be, because again, they got OVAs with butterflies effects and mirror men and all kinds of shit.
Yeah, because those, I mean, and when they do it in the manga, it is less, I guess it's more subtle, right? It feels more like a manga versus the OVAs probably, because I remember watching some of the earlier OVAs and the shit really did seem kind of like otherworldly kind of scenarios. I hope that it doesn't come down to that, because the show, like I said, deserves better. Yeah. So
I don't even want to watch the anime anymore now that I read it. Is that bad?
I mean, kinda, because they might change the ending.
No, they won't.
I mean, Promised Neverland did it.
Yeah, no, I think
Alchemist did it.
I think what's his name is way too involved with this shit.
Yeah, I'm just fucking around. I can see that though. I can see why you wouldn't want to, because now you kind of already know the ending.
Mm-hmm.
But where would you place this in terms of like, how great is this? Do you think that this is worthy of being someone's number one anime of all time, or do you think like it's getting recency bias?
Recency bias, 100%. 100%. Even finishing the manga, like I liked it. I liked it fine. I still feel empty. You know?
Well, we don't know the ending yet. We haven't gotten an ending yet. And the ending is still going to be probably 45 chapters, if not 45 pages, if not more.
You're
because
right.
They got to wrap it up. And they haven't announced like a second part to season 2, have they?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Or they announced already?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we already know we're going to get the ending coming soon. But I feel like once they officially give us the ending and we finally get to really see how everything plays out, what Aaron's final words are, if they even give him final words, they have to, I assume. And then they'll probably even give us OVAs after that, a couple of OVAs, and just say like, look,
I don't want them to. Don't do it.
You don't want them to give no extra definition, no more details.
No, don't do it. Just let it go. I do think they're fucking geniuses for letting this wrap up now, though. For sure. Yeah. Like this needs to end. I feel like because you cannot. There's no way you can drag this on further. Even just reading it recently, and again, I was excited reading it. I want to make that clear. I was super excited reading it. I enjoyed reading it, but I do not feel like it's as good as it gets hyped up to be. You know what I mean? I definitely think it's good.
When I was on Worst Gen, I was telling people this is gonna hit a lot of people's like favorites. And I'm just saying that because, well, I don't necessarily think I said the anime or the manga itself is gonna hit everyone's favorites, but I did say like people are gonna love Eren Yeager. Like people are gonna absolutely love Eren Yeager for what he's doing. And I think at that point I had came to that conclusion where I was saying like Eren is going to be like the martyr for the world to kind of be a catalyst and come together. And in my mind, that's what I was saying. And as soon as this season started and all that big stuff popped off, everyone was super hyped for Eren. You know, like Eren is that dude. And I was like, I did say that. I told them on Worst Gen. I remember saying it. Eren Yeager is going to hit a lot of people's top MC list because of what he's about to do. And I do like Eren's resolve. Would I put it as my number one anime? No. Would I put it in my top 5? No. Or I mean, not necessarily anime, but just even for the manga, it's not going to go in my top 5. Probably not even slide in my top 10. But do I think it's notable? Do I think that it did some legendary things? Do I think that it needs to be looked at objectively and given a fair treatment? 100%, because I do think it's a great series. It's just not necessarily number one status.
Yeah, it's definitely great. Definitely great. I think this was in my top 10, or it was just outside of my top 10. I think it dropped. I don't want to make it seem like I didn't like it, because I did. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I did. It's just now that I know what's going on and exactly how this is pretty much going to end. I don't know exactly how it's going to end, because again, we have one more chapter left.
Right.
I don't care as much as I thought I would with how it ended. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
the Hanji dying sucked. But I wasn't as affected as I thought I would be. I was more so. I laughed out loud when when Levi killed Zeke. That shit was fucking hilarious.
It was so like quick though. Zeke is like, oh look, I'm back. Yep. No, you're not. Levi had been waiting the entire time.
That shit made me laugh out loud. That was so great.
Zeke even came back to help them. He came back with the intent to help, and Levi was like, "Nah, bro, we done with that."
Yep.
Do you see my face? We not doing that ever again.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I like how they nerfed Levi though with that explosion.
Yeah,
that was literally strictly to just nerf him for this particular part. Yep.
He still couldn't be Afro Samurai. So
no. I don't know. It's cool seeing Annie fight with him and Peak. Seeing her fight with him was cool too. And she's like, at least you know how to use at least you have 3D maneuver gear. It's just kind of cool. I don't know. I'm looking at some of these stills now. I don't know why I just don't feel as impressed as everybody else is about this.
Well, let's see if you change your mind when the final chapter comes out.
I hope I do.
It's coming soon.
I was enthralled though. I literally read 100 from 115 to 138. I didn't put the shit down, and I'm thankful I did. But after it settled and you know, and I was done, the high was over.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, okay, it's cool. It's cool. I'm glad it's ending though. I'm glad it's ending.
That's not bad, bro.
Yeah.
A good story needs to end.
Yes.
Like,
I agree.
Like, that's what, and I'm not trying to say this about specifically like your favorite, but Clannad. I was so happy when I was finished with Clannad. I was like, I can't believe this is finally over and I don't have to endure this any longer. Like, I don't have to deal with the sadness anymore. It's super fucking cute, but
it ended happy. So
yeah, and eventually I think we're gonna feel the same about ReZero, right? We're gonna be like, damn, you know, ReZero came to an end, but like we got what we wanted. It's not gonna be like Grimgar, Fantasy, and Ash, where we're like, damn, I want more.
Played, bro. We got
whole facts. But yeah, bro, we're gonna actually get that resolution that we want.
Yes.
So to me, I'd rather have something like this come to an end before it gets bad.
Yes,
you know,
I agree. I'm just worried that's gonna be bad, and I don't want it to be because it's so good right now. It's good. It's so good. I'm just concerned about it being bad at the end.
You think they're gonna do the butterfly effect thing?
I do, man. I'm so worried about that, and it's like a pit of my stomach type of worry because I enjoy this so much. I've never sat down literally for an entire day and read something. Okay, and just read the entire time. Like I think it was like 6:30. I didn't get done reading until like 12.
6:30 a.m.
No, p.m. It was like 7 whenever I got home from work.
Yeah,
and I couldn't put the shit down. It was like 12. Like what the fuck? Where did the time go? Because I kept scrolling back up, rereading shit just so I make sure I didn't miss anything. I love it, man. I just love it. And it's interesting to see all like the different styles of Titan too.
Yeah, like I loved all those different Titan shifters and how he was able to make like every Titan form.
Well, it was Ymir. It was Ymir doing it, but
but it was overpowered, bro.
So overpowered.
It's overpowered.
It's crazy.
All right, is that it?
That's it.
So that was actually a good little bit. We just finished talking about Attack on Titan spoilers. Let us know what your ideas, opinions are on the Attack on Titan ending. What do you think is going to happen on April 9th when it finally hits? And give us that final chapter. We hope we don't get the butterfly effect ending, but we want something great. We want to make sure this ends on a high note. My Hero Academia episode 1 and 2. What did y'all think about it? Did y'all like it? What y'all expect for episode 3? ReZero review coming next week. I hope y'all hyped for it because we are. Season 2 was beautiful. Was work of art for us. Yeah. We also had a great break. Let us know what you thought about that song. We also had Get to Know Mike Check Waifu. What was the saddest anime death for you? Let us know what your saddest anime death is. Megalobox season 2. I personally watched that. Thought it was pretty good for that first episode. Polo also watched So Can I Play H? Oh, So I Can't Play H, which What does H stand for? Hentai? No?
Hentai. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Combatants will be dispatched. Comedy anime, probably gonna be straight trash. I'm gonna keep watching just like I did X-Arm. 7 Nights Revolution, or no, Polo watched Full Dive, which was something about shittier than actual real life. I gotta pick that one up too, because that sounds almost like it's gonna be hilarious. I watched 7 Nights Revolution. I'm gonna recommend that to Polo. Hopefully he likes it. Vivi, Fluorite Eye Song. We both watched that, and I think that might be one of the sleepers. It's real good. I like that one a lot. By the writers of ReZero, so it's got to be good. Shaman King is finally back. What do y'all think after all these years? 2021, Shaman King is back. Also, don't forget our new manga addict, Polo Born Fly himself, has officially copped, and he's got Grimgar. He's got Grimgar, and he's got ReZero manga and light novels. Let's go. I love that for you, bro. I love to hear it.
Me too.
Therapy session. What did y'all think about the final therapy session for Redo of Healer? Was it enough? Did you clear your minds and your hearts? Did you get your revenge that you needed? Is your soul purified now? Were you healed by his touch? Okay.
Heal.
Right, heal.
I'm at Polo Born Fly on all social media.
And I'm King Telliano on all social media.
You can follow our social medias at Mike Check Waifu on Twitter and at Mike Check Waifu on Instagram. And as always, Mike Check.
I think that's the first time you've done that twice in an episode.
Might be right.
You're now tuned into Mike Check Waifu. Polow and Tell, is that you?